What's going on, guys? Kigerr here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the mission statement for Boycott MFR. I'm joined by the leader, Indie Gamer, as well as a buddy and co-person, King CJ. We're going to be going over the mission statement. We're going to be going over the previous boycott that happened in the past. You may not have heard of it, and then go over why they failed and what they did good. Remember, I am doing my giveaway. Comment section down below, put the number 1500 space and what you liked or disliked about the game. To get additional entries into the giveaway on any platform, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you want, send me on Discord, my Discord link's down below, a screenshot of you putting hashtag boycott MFR. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Kigerr here, and I'm joined by a couple buddies of mine for some weird issues. What's going on, Endy and CJ?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So we got the dream team here, and really we're here for Endy. Endy started a thing. He wants to do boycott MFR. What we're looking on the screen right here is something I was a part of in November, as you see, November 2nd, Save MFR. And what I wanted to tell you guys what they did right and what they did wrong. So this came about right about the time where transmutation was coming to the game. They had told us it was going to be 200 crystals per transmute. There was a big up in arms, and Save MFR was started. This mission statement came out, and then about a day or two later, they announced it will be the gold that we currently have in the game. As you see here, they're asking for a lot of change in it. They're saying there's RNG and backwards progress, which is true. They are notating the issue in the game, casino aspect, gamble for progress, RNG forward, but they didn't actually say what they wanted. What is the thing forward? With my management background, I can tell you, no one wants to hear you complain about what the issue is. They want to know what they want you to notate what the issue is, but also say how you fix it. And that leads us over to Indy. Indy, why don't you tell us about how boycott MFR is going to go?
Yeah, so the difference between the boycott right now and the boycott back then is the fact that we're actually providing solutions. And we're also not saying, we're not asking for like these unrealistic things to come to the game super quick. We're asking for realistic changes, changes to the core system. I'm not talking about the core system. That also needs to get fixed, but the core of the game, like the RNG system. And there's more. I'll explain more as we go on. But most importantly, the the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the bundles in the store. Now, the bundles in the store, like we've all saw that the March bundle that was 89.99,
Mm.
and it was basically an all RNG bundle, and you paid $90 for a chance at something good. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't seem fair to me. That seems scammy. Doesn't seem right. And I feel like Kigerr was telling me that these companies, they put bad offers to make the good offers look good.
Mm-hmm.
But we all agreed that we don't believe that this game needs that. I feel like if they put some good offers with actual good rewards, like selector boxes, and I'm not saying cheap offers. Obviously, yeah, make some good cheap offers, but the expensive ones, the 89.99, at least make it worth putting your hand in your pocket and taking out $90. Like put a selector in there or something. But to make it all RNG, it just doesn't seem fair.
I'm not gonna lie, I got the February and the March one. February, I got Defense Pierce, awesome, good job. This last one, last week, I got HP Recovery.
Yeah, so you paid $9 to get HP a yellow core.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So That's what I'm saying. Like if they just put a little bit more time and they gave some good offers, more people that would normally not buy an $890 because they won't fall for that type of scam, they would be more inclined to buy and spend that much money because they know what they're going to get. They know that they're going to get a good uh, they're going to get their money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that we also are going to be pushing for increased daily rewards for game modes. And this is not just gold. This is like they want us to start building our full squad, but yet we're not getting enough rewards every daily to build our full squad. It's still going to take a long time to build our squad. So by them increasing the daily rewards that we get for doing our dailies, that would allow us to build our squad even faster. You have any
Agreed.
words on that, Kiger?
No, so we need the rewards. CJ was talking when we were spitballing this that Spec Ops no one really does anymore. So, some people don't even do it every day. So making it a 2 or 3 star, I really think it should be a 3 star with a higher
I agree.
chance of being regional.
Yeah. I think that the least it should be a 3 star non-regional, but there's that chance you might get a 3 star regional.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree upon that assessment.
You know, because nobody likes going in there and doing the I forgot the special operation modes. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's it's one of those that you're like you kind of have to force yourself through. At least for me, but I know that I speak for a lot of people when I say that. So if they increase the rewards and they make it actually worthwhile to actually do these dailies, it would actually make more sense. Because I remember a Godsley was telling me that you actually get better rewards for just logging in the game than you actually get from the dailies.
Mm-hmm.
Let that sink in. You get a 5-star gear for logging in.
Yeah, you get a
That,
5 star
that,
gear for logging in.
Let's
that's
like
crazy.
every game mode has its own thing that it kind of rewards you, right? Battle challenges, cores, Spec Ops is costumes. We all get what it's trying to do, but it's not. We're not doing 1 stars and 2 stars stuff. Even players new to the game need to be getting threes and fours. You just can't do anything with 1 star.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, the other thing that we're going to be pushing as well in this boycott is the clarity on drop rates. So, this is something that was brought to us by Kiger. So, if Kiger, if you can explain that a little bit more, I think that you would explain that better than me.
So this is going to be a kind of a team effort here. So I have some screenshots here to kind of show you guys. In training grounds right now, you can see this is everything that drops. It just says defeat in training grounds to acquire at set rate. Then this other one just says add additional rewards at a set rate.
Hmm.
This one, Magneto reward box, Magneto seals and battle alloy acquired at a set rate.
Hmm.
And a lot of the offers where you pay money for, in the bottom left hand corner, it says chance and tells you the breakdown. You want to tell us why that's important, CJ?
Well, I don't know if any of you guys are accustomed to what the rate laws are supposed to be, but in the Apple and Google Play Store, you're supposed like you legally have to disclose what your rates are. So if you really want to be technical, just like the bait and switch on the magic transmutation fiasco, it's subjectively, objectively, however you want to break it down, it is illegal that the fact that they're not disclosing their drop rates. And that is one thing that I think we should hammer home to Netmarble. Let them know that we need to know these drop rates. And the most that we could do, if not, we can complain to the app stores for sure. And I've seen like these kind of complaints like actually like have help inside the community, but that's kind of just I feel like as a community we should force them into making us see what the drop rates are on like everything, even especially shop offers.
Mm-hmm. That brings up a great point. So we're obviously going to talk about a big issue that happened recently, but there was another one where there was a banner that was messed up, not dropping what it was supposed to say, not dropping it at the right drop rate, and we found that out because the drop rates were in the game, so you could see what you were supposed to be getting. Hundreds of people got together in the official Discord and several other Discords and found what the supposed drop rate was, showed what they had, and Netmarble gave out good compensation for that situation.
That goes to show what happens when the community gets together.
Yeah,
Now,
but even though I, I guess I could pat them on the back for that. Um, the drop rate still felt kind of the same even after that. Even when somebody else did, I think his name PH, right? The guy that you had on your channel, he redid it again with the new quote unquote drop rates, and he got it relatively around the same drops, and so did I. Honestly, like I didn't feel like no difference better, and they were pretty silent on them. We just wanted them. All we wanted them to do was just speak on it, just be like, hey, are they right? Are they like, come on, you gotta let us know, and they basically just
the biggest issue
let that die
was
off.
if you're pulling on the Rise of the East, you want increased rates on Rise of the East. You don't want to be pulling on Rise of the East and get steampunk, which is what was happening at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah, that was definitely what was happening. It was pretty weird.
Andy, you want to talk about the next point?
Okay, so on the next point, I originally had it written down to where it just said to fix the core system, but it was Kigerr mentioned and gave a good idea of how to better explain that instead of just having it say fix the core system. He actually came out with one of his ideas of how we can actually improve the core system. And if you could just touch up on that, Kigerr, to really
Yeah.
let them know.
Uh, so we saw. I came up with this in two systems that we currently have in the game: the costumes and the specializations. So costumes, I think, is a good range of ranking up your stuff. It's good on us because it's somewhat easy. It's good for Netmarble's pocketbook because we have to use six, technically, the one we're ranking up, and five fodder instead of three in total. So we're literally doubling the amount, but we're going to get some trade offs here. And what we're looking for is I have written down right here crit damage becomes crit damage. If I'm ranking up a 1-star crit damage, I want it to become a crit damage. If I'm raising crit chance, I want it to become crit chance. Then the second part would be the pity system, which they added to specializations. I want them to do two things with this. I want them to increase the base number of the percentage chance because it should not be 10% to get a 6-star. It should be a higher percentage, and when you fail, the percentage should go up. This will do two things. One, every time you fail, you know you're getting a better chance to get it, and then once it finally happens, you know you're getting that crit damage if we're using my analogy from before. You guys have anything to
Right.
add to that?
No, I think.
Yes, no, no,
Oh,
no. I got something to add to
You
that.
want to do the numbers?
That marble. Listen here. Listen here. Come here, please. Come here, real quick.
Look here. Look,
I
listen.
understand. I understand. He said he wants pity system. Can we please get more than just 5%? That's all I ask for. Just more than 5%. 10% would be nice. It's more than 5%. Okay, that's all I ask for. I understand that a pity system is a pity system, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. 20% fail rate. Was it 20 or 10% from 5 to 6 star?
So it's 20 from 5 to 6, and
It
it's
is.
10 for re-rolling 6.
Yeah. So 5, literally like only 5% to that. Like at the end of the day, it's a pity system, but people are frustrated with the fact that they're failing in the first place. So 5 fails, that's only 25%. 25% from that 20%. I mean, you're at 55%, but we all know how this game works. You're still gonna,
Yeah, but you
even
get
though
you
your
get a
eyes
lot
say
more. you get a lot more cores than you do. You get a lot more specialization stuff than you do cores, and the costs are way different. So it should be a higher number.
Yeah, are you talking about core wise?
I'm saying when you're raising your specializations, you get a
Yeah.
lot more for doing the level 5 raids.
Yeah.
So you can do two, maybe even a third attempt a day. Where with
Of
cores,
course.
training
Yeah.
grounds is great. Battle challenge is great for the payouts for that, but you're not getting enough to get two or three chances a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought that up because again, that's just playing off of me. Like, see, I'm not asking to increase the pity timing for the specializations because I understand we get a lot of those resources, but at least for the battle challenge, in my opinion, I think we should try to get more than just 5% if Netmarble is willing to work with us on that.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have one that I personally feel needs to happen. This I could take it or leave it, but I think it would help a lot of the community. So the PVE zones for Dark Zone, I want it back personally. That is a Kigerr thing. That is not. I think as a group we all like it, but I don't
I
think we
don't
need it.
I don't think that's really a Kiger thing. I think that's more of a 90% of the community thing.
Yeah, no, for
I'll just be honest with you, bro.
I would like I said before on my channel that PvE Dark Zone was my one of my favorite modes when it was available. And to have if they can bring that back, that would not only, make a lot of people happy, but that would actually benefit the game
I know a
because now
lot
there's
of
another thing somebody can
alliances.
do.
I know a lot of alliances just want to kick back, have a beer, have a drink, chat with their buddies, and de-stress from the day running through Dark Zone as an alliance.
Yeah, and you can guys still can make money. Like I've had so many alliance members back when PvE Dark Zone was a thing. Hell, not even regular alliance members, just people in the world chat that just watched my streams when I did it, and they see my storm do a lot of damage, and it made them be like, "All right, you know what? Let me strap up my own character." It made them pull out the water a little bit to get some more damage on them. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like that we weren't making money off of it because people were still spending to because everybody wanted that gloat factor, to see their name at first, and that's just human nature. So at the end of the day, I didn't feel like we were losing that much more money from having PvE Dark Zone over PvP Dark Zone.
Mm-hmm. And we have the next one, which CJ is the one that brought up expedition tickets.
Oh yeah, the expedition tickets. Okay, so I know a lot of people might tune this one out because a lot of us, we're already vets. We're 7 months in, 5 months in. But I just want Netmarble to hit us for at least the new players, right? So I can go inside territory 115, no problem. I can do that. I can one shot for the tickets all day long. So can Kigerr, so can Andy. Just any competent player that's been playing for 5 months at the very least. But my biggest problem is in the other territories because I have tried to run in the 100s and the 10 I think 107s, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the drop rates on those in those territories are really low. And the thing about the Pegasus best was it was supposed to target new players, right? To help them build their characters much faster so they're not getting more triggered or they're not feeling like they have to do all this work in order to progress. But I feel like if you guys are gonna make the drop rates as low as they are, and I've heard this complaint, then like there's no reason to really have that system for the new players if they can't
Can't
grind the
use it.
tickets. Yeah, it's like I have 80 tickets right now, and that's me one shotting. And I'll probably one shot at least like in 3 hour span. I'm at least one shotting over 1K enemies. And you telling me 80 tickets and like 1K enemies? That's pretty bad in
It's
my
not a
opinion.
usable
So
number, especially when Purple Quest take 12 a chunk, right?
yep, whenever you have the boss. And
Mm-hmm.
again, the bosses are like the main thing like people don't like. Let's be honest here, as a new player, speaking to my new players or newerish players, you probably already with the Sakar once. You fought Maestro and Ares once. Do you really want to fight them again? You probably don't
I
want
mean,
to, in all honesty.
this rolls right into what a lot of people. There are three people that go into the suggestions page on the official Discord every single day and post Ultron shards.
Ultron Star. Oh, yep.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead and
that's a
hop
big
right
one.
into that one. Go ahead. Let us know, Kiger.
It's all. I also corrected the statement. It's Ultron and Accio shards. Because Ultron, you get 30 Ultron shards when you beat
Hmm.
Dormammu now. Anyone who did it before didn't get anything. And Accio, you get 70 common Accio shards for beating Kingpin in the story. So people who actually played the game and went through it lost those things. We
Got
give it to
yeah.
us. We did it.
Hmm.
Give us what we did.
Yeah, that was. I'm not a big fan of that. You essentially punish players for playing your game. Definitely not a big fan of that one.
And the last thing to really talk about is the most recent issue, with claiming the 1 to 100 squad rank and character level items and compensation. Right here, Marvel Strike Force today, Friday, had an announcement on their Facebook, exactly 6 hours after it was found to be happening. Uh, it was acting correctly in game, but the text was wrong, and they had something going on with one of the offers, and they immediately on all platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and also in-game mail, told them that night what was going on and what happened and what was going on to fix it. This is what we need.
Yeah, when I say we need better communication, this is what I'm talking about. Like in all of their platforms, all their social media, they posted this message, and this is in what the first 6 hours.
Yes.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect example of good communication instead of just being silent. Or they did. I'm gonna, they did an MFR. The devs,
Mm-hmm.
DM Carroll did respond on Discord and on the forum. The thing that I have a problem with is the fact that they never made a statement like this, or they didn't pin it. It's like you really have to go and look for it on the forum or on the Discord to find it.
All
So
it
we still get a
was
lot of.
people asked a question. She answered nonchalantly and didn't make it a thing. We know
Yeah.
they can give us the in-game notifications, the server updates, everything like that. They've given it to us all the time. We know they can do it. Why don't we have an in-game notification saying this is going on?
That's true. And when we're talking about like the whole thing that happened after the maintenance and what people got after like talking with Kigerr, CJ, and we ended up figuring out that we only have proof that people were able to reclaim the rewards because there's pictures to prove it, but we can't prove currently that people got one from the special shop all these bundles for one token, or we can't prove that they got 20,000 crystals unless people start showing the pictures and that actually show that that happened.
All
But
I've
as for
Yeah.
now,
seen
we can only ask for the stuff that we know actually happened for a fact.
The only thing I've seen about the Omega Shop thing is people would call out individual, well, say several people got the stuff and got have full nano special gear and they didn't before. Then when we go to look at the character at the player, which I did, I personally went and looked at every name that was on that list, and they had 250 to 300K weekly contribution the previous week. So they spent the money to get that specialty gear.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
How did you see that from last week? That's the thing.
You can't see the last week, but the names were being mentioned last week. So we
Oh, okay.
screenshotted it they screenshot it last week. There were like three names that were initially said. I'm not going to list them here because they checked out. Uh, no issues. And then it was like, well, I think I heard about another guy, and maybe there was this other guy. No names ever came up. Just I think there was others.
Oh, yeah. The only thing I've heard about that is like besides like he say she say was Carol saying that they acknowledged that there was a bug that was displaying it saying it was one, but when they actually used the Omega token, it was actually like still 500 or whatever
Hmm.
their cost was. It was just a
I could
visual
believe that.
bug.
I could believe that.
Yeah, me too.
That happens all the time. There's actually this other visual bug literally in the game right here. This was seen in the shop. This is why we got that notification saying prices would be different, and when you actually buy them, you'll be charged the correct amount. This is in the game right now on some players' accounts. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I was hearing.
Jeez. No,
Yeah.
but like I said, Carol basically that's just basically what she said. She said, "Yeah, we noticed that there was an issue that the Omega tokens popped up as one, but when you bought them, they were still 500.
Hmm. Come on,
So I
guys!
don't
You
know
don't
if
want to
that was
pay.
the same bug as that one."
I think 1150 for a 4-star Captain America 4-star in-game bundle. That's on point.
Sold.
That's so bad. Like
Wow, that's so crazy.
out of context, if somebody's seen that, they'd be like, "Why would I ever play that game?" That is so bad
Especially
out of
when you look at the
context.
contents of this offer, this throws it on its head, right? Because this is 2 tickets. It's literally everything you see in the picture.
Bro, the low price of 99.99.
It's literally what you see in the picture. 2 tickets, and I actually think you get four of these. But that's the extent.
Wow.
That's what we're looking for. But yeah, this is what we're talking about here, guys. Is this is our mission statement for boycott MFR. Um, this is what we're trying to get done. Let us
Yeah.
know. Currently, it is us three, and I believe Godslave is also behind us. We're going to be talking to other content creators, seeing if they want to join the movement. Um, we're letting Indy. He kind of started the talk about this the other day on his channel. And Indy, how can they find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel named ENDY Gamer, and I post nothing but MFR content, guides, obviously videos of the current boycotts. If you guys want to stay updated, um, I'm pretty sure Kiger's also going to be updating you guys. But another source for what's going on currently with the boycott is my channel,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully I got a lot of good content in there.
And
There.
CJ yourself, where can they find you?
Um, King CJ, that's my channel. Replace the I with the C, marketing reasons.
With a C?
Again, with the no, sick. I'm sorry. Yes, replace the I with the V
Hmm.
for marketing reasons. And also another thing I do want to touch upon because I did make a video earlier that people did see. I was never against the boycott. The thing the my video was just saying that I feel like we just need to be more organized before we started it. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I was saying.
Which I think we're starting to work on. I think right here on the screen, right here, the mission statement is very clear what we're looking
Hmm.
for. And I think these are very reasonable of what we can get from
Yes.
Netmarble.
Yeah,
Yep.
because we're not asking for like some crazy like, oh, we want 3 new characters right now, and we want like crazy stuff. No, we're asking for
Yeah.
the core, like the core changes. Like these changes will really change the game. Like
Yeah.
before we add more content, before we add new heroes, you guys need to fix these things in order for the game to start progressing.
Yeah, and just Netmarble, if you do go this far, man, just don't be afraid to reach out to one of us. You know, if you need to talk on the plan, right? You see some of these, and you're like, oh yeah, we can do that change, but you know, it might be long term. Like, 'cause I understand. I'm pretty sure we all understand that. Like, not every change is going to get done and like all at once, and we understand like there are some changes that you're going to need more time with. Just all we really ask is communicate with us. That's
That's
all
the
we
biggest thing.
basically are asking for. Just communicate with us.
Well, this is our mission statement. These guys' channels will be in the section down below. And till next time, guys.